Well, welcome back to another episode of Gamestack Podcast. This is episode 26, The Walking Undead. Ooh. I am your host, Vendertron, and joining us this evening is Shalene.
Hey.
And Rick.
Hi, everybody.
How you guys doing?
Word to the wise: don't drink beer after you take a fisherman's friend's lozenge.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
good.
Wise words. Wise words. Shalene, how are you doing?
I feel like trash,
Oh,
guys.
no.
I had an awful week. I was at a conference for like 6 days in like the worst hotel in Albuquerque.
Oh, gosh.
It was awful, and there were lots of people, and it was awful. And I feel like trash. I didn't sleep.
Conference food, man.
It was real bad at
Mhm.
this particular conference. Like it was exceptionally bad.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whew.
We are very sorry.
I had a decent week. It was not without its trash fires, of course. I took a rock in my windshield today.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm kind of crushed about that, a little disappointed. But good news, my thesis proposal got approved.
Congrats.
So I'm now ready to actually start doing some research. That's exciting. And this is kind of our quasi-Halloween episode, because Halloween is just around the corner, and we're actually going to miss it on Gamestack this year. So I put this nifty background together for us to enjoy.
We should have
And,
did costumes.
Oh, we
Oh,
should
that
have
would've
done
been funny.
costumes. Well, hold on. Okay, this is my costume. Ooh.
You guys.
Do you guys see this? Look, Shalene sent this to me. It's the Rockobot Takes the Nation by Storm towel. Came in the
mummy
mail.
thing doesn't work.
And for
very well.
audio folks, Rick has like wrapped himself in toilet paper.
Oh, it's so spoopy.
Well, I tried to do the mummy thing, but I don't
yeah.
think it's working out very well.
He's just got like a strip of toilet paper wrapped around his face.
I'll go for Thurston Hall, the airplane pilot.
much better,
Jesus.
much better.
And I got the stickers.
Yay!
I got all the stickers. I'm putting them on everything. I'm sure if I had a cat, it would be covered in stickers. My niece and nephew are staying with us for a couple
Covered in
days.
stickers?
There's stickers all over the house. They're on the walls. It's terrible. So it's super cool. I've got a nice sticker on my mic here, Gamestack. But yeah, it's been kind of a week. I'm glad to be here. Glad to see you guys. I suppose we should get on and do a show.
Well, I do have to mention real quick on the Halloween theme that there's an omen on my house tonight. So I wanted to let you know this is what's going on. And it's actually kind of funny. I get home, got friends coming over. So I was like, got to clean the bathroom real quick. And I run upstairs and the trash is overflowing. And I'm looking for paper towels to like clean everything with, bleach and fire and stuff. And so I use the paper towels. I use up all the paper towels. My wife gets home and she's like, Rick, are there any paper towels left? And I hold up like the roll with like a half of one sticking off of it.
Oh
And
no.
she just was like, ugh. And I was like, what? And she's like, Amber threw up everywhere. So I was like,
Oh, Amber's your
my
dog, right?
Yeah, my dog. But it's like water throw up, the great kind.
Oh
So
no.
like I run downstairs and clean that up. And then like I forget something else. Oh, my daughter goes and she puts something on the table and she knocks over a soda can. And I'm like, you still don't have paper towels. So
now
clean that up.
you're using your daughter to wipe up the
And then and then she's trying to open my daughter. She's sitting across the table from me and she opens up a fortune cookie and somehow it ejects itself from the wrapper and like speeds past my head and smacks the wall and flies into a million pieces like poltergeist. And
that's good.
My buddy's laughing his head off because we really couldn't figure the physics out on how she got it to do that.
Right.
And then
Right.
everything settles down, the dogs clean up the cookie. And we settle down, we're all eating dinner, and then I take my fortune cookie and open it. There's no fortune.
Oh no.
What?
Like,
Oh no.
joking.
It's totally been that kind of day.
So, I am here though.
What a great
Well.
story.
I'm glad you guys are all here. I'm here in good spirits as well, enjoying legalization. up here in Canada, aka Amsterdam, the new Amsterdam. It's a weird experience to be part of this. I don't partake, but the background is comical for
I
our
was
audio
gonna- for our
listeners.
audio folks.
It's like a Snoop Dogg video.
It totally is. His background is just like a bunch of marijuana plants and there's smoke
Just
everywhere.
Smoke everywhere. Oh man, and it's totally
And for
okay.
anybody not in the know, Canada passed legalization. Am I correct?
Yes, cannabis is now fully legalized in Canada, and all of those who had a criminal record as a result of cannabis use or carrying cannabis has also been pardoned.
Oh wow!
So-
So they let him out of jail and stuff. Like
Well, I don't think there really was anybody in jail.
This is
really,
It's just
really?
like it's
They don't
just
put him in jail.
no. It goes on your criminal record that like you get a
Oh.
fine. You get a fine, and then if obviously if you
um,
don't pay your fine, then you end up in jail. But
Yeah, where I live, like a single joint can get you more time than murder.
see, and that's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. I hope that
Oh, it is.
the U.S. jumps onto the bandwagon because it's
Well-
interesting.
They're seeing the tax revenue from it, so they're jumping on it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So
Surprisingly enough, though, the stocks didn't really do that well this week.
well,
I know.
Um,
I was watching the pot stocks to see
Yeah.
if they would skyrocket.
or
Yeah.
did we just turn to Weed Stack?
Afria was the only one that stayed in the green.
Yeah, Rick is right. We're doing a weed stack podcast right
Yeah.
now.
Weed Stack. That's on our special secret channel.
Anyways, enough with the personal life introductions. Let's get on
disaster.
with our show. Hello and welcome to episode 26 of Gamestack.
We haven't even done this
Um,
yet.
No, we've done our host intros. Do you guys have anything to mention?
No, I think we
No.
did.
Okay. I've got one thing to mention. TwitchCon is coming up next week, and you can, if you're going to TwitchCon, keep an eye out for Kern Jess, moderator extraordinaire. She will be on the floor, boots on the ground at TwitchCon, handing out these lovely We Just Love Games postcards. Also, if you would like to get yourself a Gamestack sticker and or that Fallout Show sticker to put on all of your children and your cars and the water cooler at work, feel free to
Rick, it's upside
search her out. Are you purposely
down,
holding it upside down? Oh, okay. I thought it was like one of those Monty Python moments.
Yeah, I thought you were doing a thing and we were not in
That's
on
not
the
a
thing.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for Jess, and she just informed me that Bethesda is going to be at TwitchCon this year.
I think she needs to go and tell them to listen to that Fallout show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna say what Fallout show, and she'll be like, "That Fallout show."
So if you're tuning in live, don't forget you can host us right here on Twitch, and share us within the Twitch community. That really helps us. Don't forget to tell your friends about the show. And if you're listening afterwards, go to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review because we don't have any right now. We have no 5-star reviews.
And I'm sure we'll have even less by the time this
Shalene, how can people leave a 5-star review shout out?
Well, you just go to iTunes or to your Apple Podcasts app and click the 5th star and leave a text review. We appreciate 5-star ratings, but we only get to see your name if you leave a text review. So
Yes.
do that and we will shout you out on the show.
Yes, and we've got some news coming down on the show notes today, and we also have our gameplay. We're going to talk about what's been going on in the world of gameplay with the three of us, and we have some emails, and we're also going to roll through the much anticipated Gamestack soundtrack challenge, which was a lot of work to put together. So I hope that you guys enjoy it.
Yep.
And without further ado, take it away with the news, Shalene.
Okay, so to start off with, there was the fate of Telltale's The Walking Dead. The final season was very much up in limbo after Telltale shut down and laid off all of its developers. But Robert Kirkman announced at New York Comic Con that Skybound Games would be finishing the series, so they will be completing the final 2 episodes. They are in talks with some people who were part of the Walking Dead final season team at Telltale to see if they can get some of those people on board to complete this game. So that would be a good thing for sure. But I'm really interested to see how this goes. I feel somewhat optimistic about it because of course, you know, Robert Kirkman is the creator of The Walking Dead. But we'll see. I also feel a little, it's sad. It's sad that that this couldn't finish the way that it meant to, you know, with the full team, because even if they are able to get, you know, some of the original developers on board, I doubt they're going to be able to get the whole team back together.
Yeah.
And,
do you think that that Skybound's going to be able to deliver The Walking Dead at the same caliber that we've seen with Telltale?
honestly, I don't know. Skybound Games doesn't have a huge pedigree. I think they've done some mobile titles.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done a ton.
Maybe this is why they took it on.
Well, no, I'll tell you why they took it on. It's because Robert Kirkman owns Skybound Entertainment, which owns Skybound Games, and there's no way he's gonna let this go.
I see.
Like,
He said, according to this Game Informer article, Kirkman said that it was imperative to save this game because we can't lose Rick and Clem in the same year.
I would imagine that meeting started out with Robert Kirkman asking the question to the Telltale's guys, basically just saying, guys, WTF.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
by the way, some of the titles that Skybound Games has put out are awesome sounding, like Clone, Demonic, Extremity, Ghosted, Gone, Horizon, Redneck, Science Dog. These are titles of games they've put out.
Science
Air,
Dog is a game I would play.
Battle Pope.
What?
Oh, that's a comic.
Oh, whew.
Oh, are you reading comic titles?
Oh, I'm looking at the
Because Skybound is a comic publisher.
I'm sorry. I was
Guys,
reading the-
Battle Pope would be a great game.
I would play that game super quick. No, they did The Long Dark.
The power of Christ
Oh,
compels you.
Yeah.
The Long Dark. Well, The Long Dark has got some big supporters in
And
the
Slime Rancher. I'm sorry. It was
Slime Rancher, yeah. Okay.
I was reading the wiki wrong.
That's okay, right?
Oh, Josh Neurotic. Shots fired in the chat. I'm not gonna repeat that.
No,
Yeah.
let's just
We'll
move
just
on.
move on.
But
Let's move on from there. But yeah, the Walking Dead game has been something that Kirkman has valued. He's close to the story. It's set in the comics universe. He feels great about it, and I'm not surprised to see that he's the one who stepped forward to deliver the final 2 episodes of this game. Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
So I'm glad to see that he came in and saved the day.
Indeed. So guys, Obsidian, they made Fallout New Vegas. We
Mhm.
love them. We talked to Josh Sawyer on a podcast that shall not be named.
Josh
How did that
Sawyer
bit
is
start?
awesome.
He's a great guy. At Obsidian, Microsoft is buying them, according to all reports. It's not official. We haven't heard this officially.
Wow.
But Microsoft is very close to closing a deal with Obsidian.
And how do we feel
According
about
to the
this?
Kotaku article, it's not a matter of when. It's a matter of when, not
Oh.
if.
Oh.
So I go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, Microsoft has been working really hard to add studios to their development stable. You know, at E3, they added 5 or 6 studios, you
They
know,
did.
to their stable, and that's a good thing for Microsoft,
Including
absolutely.
Ninja Theory too.
Mm-hmm.
Including Ninja Theory. I know that a lot of people are really concerned about Obsidian like selling out, but I remember when we spoke with Josh Sawyer, I believe he said something about they were willing to they were up for being purchased if anybody was in the market.
Oh,
So
I don't even remember that. I should go back and listen to that episode.
yeah, I believe they've been looking for someone to fund them for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
This is going to be
Interesting.
a time will tell thing
Mm-hmm.
where with everything that Microsoft's been doing, because we're not quite sure how it's going to work out, because I mean E3 honestly wasn't that long ago, and as far as game
Mm-mm.
development goes, it could take years on some things.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is one of those things where the big guys come and take, you know, maybe they're looking at this like Netflix, where Netflix is like, take all the money, make stuff, and then
Yeah,
we'll put it
basically.
out. And
That's
if they're
why
like, maybe Microsoft is like, this is a great idea, we'll acquire up all these small publishers that make great content, give them money, and let them make great content, which is like the most obvious thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, oh, maybe the guys who do good things should get money to do good things. So maybe this is one of those moments where good things will come of it. I mean, who knows? Who knows what? Who knows? It's just going to be time will tell. I think though that, what if New Vegas had more money behind it? Do you think could be better? I mean, if you can use that as your measuring stick.
I would
yeah, and the
love.
stuff they're doing now is much lower budget indie type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
I
believe
just want to read these quotes from this Kotaku article. They reached out to Microsoft, who replied, "We do not comment on rumors or speculation," said a Microsoft spokesperson. And they reached out to Obsidian, who said, "Unfortunately, we don't comment on rumors or speculation, other than to say that Rumors album by Fleetwood Mac still holds up," said an Obsidian spokesperson.
really.
Yes,
That's
Mikey
solid.
Dowling is a gift to the world.
That is some
Nice.
good PR deflection right there.
I love that guy. He's great.
I feel
So
like
so guys, can I just share a thought here?
no. Yes.
So what if Microsoft bought Obsidian, and then what if they gave them Fable?
Dun,
That
dun,
would be-
dun.
That would be
that would be cool. Because Fable just fizzled out, and it was great. It was good. It was a fun time.
I really miss Fable, and Obsidian has got such amazing RPG chops.
Uh-huh.
I'd love to see what they would do with the license.
They would
That's
probably make it a
interesting.
top down though.
Yeah, they do. But see, the thing is, like, it's a lot cheaper to make a top down than to make a, so maybe they would make something.
But then they'd have Microsoft money.
Hey man, it takes
And
pressure.
you know what we could do with Microsoft money?
Yeah.
We could make the world.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Well, takes pressure to make a diamond. Fable could be the new diamond.
Who knows? I do also think when companies like come out and say we cannot confirm or deny, pretty much just says yeah.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, why can't they just, like, it's you ask a government official, did you do this bad thing? I can either confirm or deny that statement. Well, you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
well, I guess that's good news.
Yeah, I think it's good news if you have an Xbox or a
Well.
PC.
True.
But one thing's for sure, you can be guaranteed that the Microsoft store will not get any better. There will be no improvements to the Microsoft store.
They super do. So speaking of bad news for PS4 players, some poor PlayStation players,
Poor.
maybe,
Oh man, that's hard.
are having their consoles bricked by malicious messages.
Wow.
And the messages are you don't even have to open the message, you just have to
What?
receive it. And it has an unrecognized character that the PS4 does not recognize, and it crashes the console,
It's
and then you
Mario.
can't even turn on your console.
Oh no.
It's
It's Mario.
awful.
I'm
So
never turning my PS4 on again until this
it
problem
might
is
not
solved.
be a good idea to just change your settings so that you're only receiving messages from friends. They
Mm-hmm.
have released a bit of a fix. You have to go into the mobile app and delete the message, go into safe mode, use option 5, and then you can use your console. So that is the workaround if this has happened to you.
There you go. That
So,
sucks.
it does. And I wonder if this has happened to me because I have the PS4 app installed. I haven't turned on my PS4 in a couple of weeks, but I got like a random message in some kind of characters that I did not recognize.
Oh gosh. But it didn't crash your console.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I haven't tried to turn it on, Bender.
Oh no.
Oh,
So I wonder if this has happened to mine.
Maybe. It's
So
interesting.
if you,
It's interesting that you should say that because I just deleted the PS4 app and the Messages app from my phone because I had to make space. So, but I've started
Well.
using my PS4 this week because I've been wanting to watch movies that are in a certain file format that are recognized only by my PS4, and
huh.
so I've been watching movies unknowingly.
What have you been watching?
So
See all that pots cloud in your brain.
the some of the Game of Thrones seasons, I can, for some reason, they're like this weird file format that, anyways, it's not important.
Wow, that's okay. So you know what else is not important, but we're reporting on it anyway?
What?
They've made an undead Mario
Why?
in Super Mario Odyssey, and it's
Whoa.
kind of horrifying.
He has an axe in his head.
He does have an axe in his head. His milky eyes are like staring into your soul. His little plumber suit is falling apart in rags, and this monstrosity must be destroyed.
Gosh.
I
It's
kind of
awful.
like it. I like it as a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
Like it's, you I don't know.
I do not enjoy Undead Mario.
What if they made an amiibo out of this?
Mario is something. Oh no!
You
I
can
would not have it in my
guarantee
home.
there will be an amiibo.
Mario
like
is something
pop.
that should be wholesome and just always, comfortable, but and not thirsting for your brains. Not with a hunger for brains.
He's just going for
So.
stars.
The brains of the stars. It's horrifying. I hate it. Why did you do this, Nintendo? Why?
Why did they change from stars to moons?
That was weird too, but it's still celestial bodies. So, I mean, maybe he found all the stars. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't even know.
Sorry, I just went through like a Mario pickup line. Never mind. It's just
Yeah,
Mario pickup
yeah,
line.
woohoo!
yeah, like he walks up to Princess Peach and he says, "You must be the star I'm looking for because you got one celestial body." Boom.
I'm just gonna
Wow.
I'm just gonna
pretty good.
mute you. I'm gonna mute you now for the rest of the show. Shalene, you want me to just get rid of his camera as well, or
Wow.
that's enough internet for Rick today.
Well,
Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. But it was bad in like the best way.
Oh, and we're just. Oh.
So you know what else is bad and not in a good way? A bunch of mom and pop game shops will not be getting Red Dead Redemption 2 until November.
Oh no.
Just awful. So I'm sourcing this from an article from Kotaku. Shout out to Joseph Tao, who curates the news for us every week.
Yeah.
So we can pick the most relevant things. And in this Kotaku article, they interviewed a mom and pop game store owner named Zach, who spent over $3,000 decorating his store with a bunch of Red Dead stuff at the store's expense. He thought, yeah, this is going to get me a lot of sales. but the distributor contacted him and told him that he would not be getting the game on its release, and many other game stores have been hearing about this.
Really?
And yeah, they will likely not get this game until November, which is gonna just destroy their sales.
What?
It's just gonna destroy their sales.
What did they ever say what the reasoning was behind this?
They haven't said, according to this Kotaku article. Several say that they were told by distributors that there was an issue with supply, but the store owners are skeptical. They think that it may be because stores sometimes break the street date. So,
Oh, see, this is one of those things that it sounds so bad up front, but I always wonder what like the reasoning behind the company is. You know what I mean?
I feel
They
like
could have a very valid reason, but
is it just like the 1% that has ruined it?
I
I
know and
think so.
it's not like their bottom line's gonna be hurt that bad. I mean, after all, this is Rockstar Games and Red Dead Redemption 2 we're talking about. But
But you guys are excited. You're excited, right?
I can't even buy it this month.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I have a personal budget, and I kind of went.
Yeah.
That's too
I
bad.
have to wait till. Well, I can't even. It's no point in waiting till next month either, because Fallout. So
Fallout's it's gonna take over everything.
Yeah, Fallout is going to be our life.
I'm just gonna like not worry about any other games for a while.
Archon, our moderator, in the chat was telling me earlier today that he's booked Thursday and Friday off next week from work because of the game. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
hopefully Archon's boss isn't listening to the podcast.
Hey, those are his days. He can use them however he likes.
Yes.
Yeah, in
Well,
2012
unless he's planning on calling in sick.
Yeah.
In
Well, I
2000,
doubt that. I think he's
now
already planned for it. Is what it sounds
he's
like.
an upstanding gentleman.
Archon is a responsible citizen.
I took off an entire week for Fallout 4, and I did also realize that an entire straight week of nothing but Fallout 4, I was done.
Yeah.
It's like I need a break.
Yeah, I'm not the type of person that just goes all in on games when they first drop and just plays. I like to break off a piece, chew it for a bit, get the flavor, do a little bit more, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've absolutely taken off work before for games, but the timing here is bad. So I can't this time. You know, I had that horrible conference this week, so I'm behind on everything at work. And yeah, it's the timing is not good.
Yeah.
And Xbox drops next week.
Yeah, the Xbox beta starts on Tuesday. I'm gonna install that as soon as I don't need internet to be on a stream. Yeah, pretty excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are just going to be playing games for hours and hours, and we're going to be dead. And you know who else is dead?
You're gonna be
A lot in movies? Sean Bean.
Oh, I love Sean Bean.
I do too. Sean Bean is famous for dying in movies.
Mm-hmm. Have you
Yeah.
watched
And
Frankenstein on Netflix?
What?
Does he die?
So he's one of the main characters in Frankenstein on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You should watch it because he dies, but he doesn't die.
Sean Bean is a
Yeah.
great actor. I love him.
Yes, he is.
And the reason that I'm bringing up Sean Bean is because he is going to be a special target in Hitman 2, which I think is so fun. They do these limited time event missions. They did them in the first Hitman. They're going to bring those back now for Hitman 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a difficult target who's only available for a limited time.
Yeah.
And Sean Bean is going to be one of them, which I think is just great. It's really, really clever idea. So
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
yeah, greatly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And Vendor, do you want to talk about this this epic story?
Sure. Oh, right, because this is one of the stories that I threw into the show notes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard about Epic's popular Fortnite game, right? Yes. Epic
Yeah.
Games, Fortnite.
Oh
Big
yeah,
deal.
you mean Fork Knife? That
Yeah.
Fork Knife
Oh
that
my
all the kids are
gosh.
playing.
Well, Epic Games has taken upon itself to sue a YouTuber who is being sued apparently for promoting and selling cheats through his channel. Um, Now, the company went as far as acquiring an entire anti cheat company um, for the specific purpose, but moving into um, just moving into like the beta and coming out soon on PS4. They're really trying to control the amount of cheaters in Fortnite, and Fortnite is one of those games like PUBG where it's very, very saturated with problematic grievers and players, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so
Mhm.
Epic Games is pursuing one of the most popular Fortnite YouTube personalities with over 1.7 million subscribers
Nice.
for breaking the Digital Millennium Copyright Act by posting videos of himself cheating at Fortnite using illegal
Wow.
mods. So,
I'm glad they got him.
yeah.
That makes the game less fun for everybody if somebody's cheating.
And so I would like to bring in an element this week about showing bad behavior online and streaming it and thinking that you can get away with it. For example, the stress test with Fallout 76. Fallout 76 stress test.
Oh.
Now there was
right.
a few accounts on Twitch that I seen during the stress
Mhm.
test times, and I wonder if Bethesda was pursuing those people. But
Who knows? We went and looked. We reported them.
we did.
We did.
I mean, no, we didn't. We don't want to paint a target on our
Stitches
backs.
get stitches, you guys.
Fight fire with fire.
Shoot.
Yeah. So
Anyway, Dirty Llama Racer in the chat says someone got their Xbox Live banned for leaking.
Yes.
Well, good. They deserve it. So, I was thinking back to this with the whole Fortnite thing. You remember when we did that episode where we were comparing Fortnite, or we were talking about the whole comparison between PUBG and Fortnite? Remember that?
Yes.
yes.
Fortnite has destroyed PUBG as far as popularity,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They came out on top.
Totally. And we were all kind of like, it's just stupid, silly. They're going to go away. And
Yeah, we thought they were a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Boo!
Yeah.
A flash in the pan, PUBG pan.
The flash in the pan was oil that then everyone threw water on.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest was history.
It's a bit of a disaster.
I can't believe it got that popular. I mean, it does make sense. It's much more whimsical and silly, but on the whole, globally, Fortnite is just everyone's doing the dances, and it's insane. It's insane.
It's a pretty insane game. I've watched a few streamers that I like to watch play it. Foo actually plays it a lot and streams it a lot too.
I have no desire to play that game whatsoever.
I have it. Only because it's free. And I have yet to install and play it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe we should try it someday.
That just shows that you can't really take much stock in what we say.
Yeah. Speaking of stock, let's roll into Gamestack.
Yay.
And this is the bumper that is not working. Yeah.
It's just a crowded restaurant.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Thomas Edison Homestock ticker sound effect, but thanks YouTube.
It just was people in a restaurant.
Wait, here. I'll take 40, please, 40. Take it away, Shalene.
So our GameStop report for this fortnight, as of close of business on Thursday, October 17th, is what I am reporting. Sony is worth $56.03, down over $1.25 after a spike earlier in the week. guys, this keeps happening. Like on Wednesdays, Sony stock just shoots through the roof, and I see my 3 Sony stocks just growing, and I'm happy. And then the next day I check, and they're just plummeting down into the pit of despair, and makes me sad. And these Sony stocks stress me out, man. They're not doing so well. I don't know. I wonder if I made a mistake investing in Sony with my 3.
Oh
no.
Microsoft
Sony's never a mistake.
is worth $108.65, down nearly $4 since the last time we did a podcast.
But with this Obsidian acquisition, now might be a good time to buy.
I don't think that's gonna help. I don't. And these are all in US dollars. All these
I think that's gonna help.
No, I super don't. Nintendo is at $43.39, down nearly $2.
Holy man.
Take-Two is at $126.87, down nearly $4. Take-Two is the parent company of Rockstar, who it has, the most anticipated game of the fall coming out next week, and their stock plummeted $4. Activision is at $72.15, down almost $7. $7. Huge drop.
Holy.
Ubisoft is at $19.95, down $1.41. EA is at $105.80, down $7.20. You guys.
But $7.20 on $115 stock really is not.
It's still a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Why is the stock market so bad? Why is it so bad? Because interest rates are rising. The Fed is raising interest rates. Investors are worried about debt and about China, and the whole stock market is a disaster right now. Tech stocks are being hit especially hard, which is something that we're seeing here in Gamestack. And yeah, it's not good. So we'll see. Hopefully this will improve.
Joseph Tao brings up a good point. He says the market isn't doing good right now since it is still rebounding from the Federal Reserve recently changing the internal interest rates for banks. So
how does he know all this?
It's Joseph Tao, man. He knows
everything.
He knows everything. You don't ask. He just knows everything. Oh.
Yeah, we can have total trust in the knowledge of Joseph Tao.
Which brings us into our next segment, which has no bumper to avoid trash fires. Guys, what have you been playing this week? Rick?
Oh, well, I have I've been playing The Witcher. I got back into The Witcher. Well, I guess I should say I got into The Witcher. I never really got back into it. There was a while ago where I bought it, and we did a whole stream because Shalene was like, just try it out, give it some time. And I just couldn't get into it. And the other day I was just kind of like, man, I want to play something new. Like, I just wanted to play Red Dead Redemption, but I didn't have anything that I wanted to play, and it didn't sound like anything in my current library was fun. I was like, well, I'll give Witcher 3 a go and try that again and pay attention to it this time so I know what in the world I'm doing. And so I installed it, and I was playing it, and I love The Witcher now. I don't know what it was that switched, but I think just letting myself get immersed in the world is just so it was the key. The combat is difficult and fun, but now I'm getting used to it. Whenever I fight mobs of things, drowners are still tough. Foglets, oh my goodness, they are a pain. My favorite thing is because you can't really see levels on creatures until you kind of get up close, and there's like a basilisk flying around, and you're like, rawr! And then it has like a red skull and question marks next to the level, like, you better run. And you just kind of have to get away. And so that's been super, super fun. I did have this one moment where there's this witch named Kira, right? And your introduction to her is she's bathing topless in a tub, and she's all seductive, and she helps you find some clues you need to hunt down this girl, and it's clear that the Witcher and her have a past. And And then she's like, Gerald, I have another favor. Check this island out. So the island was cursed, and I lifted the curse, and I'm like, there's this guy there, this mage. He was doing all this bad magey stuff. And so, it probably shouldn't go there. So then she's like, well, I got one more thing for you to do. Can you go get these like ingredients for me, this like box off this cart? So I go and find this um, cart, and I get this box of stuff, and I take it back to her, and she's like, oh, good. And it's like seasonings and stuff like that. So she was basically saying I wanted to have like a romantic dinner and a romantic night with you. And so we go off on horseback, and we eat this candlelight dinner. Then we go somewhere else and have the romantic part of the evening. So then she puts
Ooh.
me to sleep.
What?
She puts me
That
to
doesn't
sleep.
sound very romantic.
Mhm.
What was after the romantic part? So it was
Oh.
like a never mind.
I don't want to
So,
know. I don't want to know.
so she puts me to sleep, and then I wake up, and I'm like, where did she's gone? Like, and Geralt's like,
Yeah.
where did Kira go? And I look over, and then there's this light on in the tower on the island that I cleared where the mage's bad stuff was. So I go to the island, and she comes out of the tower carrying some of his notes. And what she has is this vaccine, basically, for this plague that she's going to sell to the king and make a lot of money on. And I'm like, the king is killing witches and so he's killing witches like they're witches. And you probably shouldn't go back to him and barter for your life with this vaccine thing. And so we got into an argument, and I ended up fighting and killing her. And it was like, what? We just did the thingy and my thingy, and now I killed you. And it's just weird. It was a really weird. I didn't really have the full history behind who she was or what their past was. So I imagine for some people it was a lot more epic than just what happened with me. But it was really strange because it didn't seem like it should have gone that way. Like the
Yeah.
argument did not escalate that high. And it was like, she's like, I'm keeping this. He's like, no, you're not. And she's like, yes, I am. He's like, no, you're not. And then all of a sudden, shing, and it's just death. So, yeah, she's dead now.
Yeah, this is funny. Everybody in chat is like, Rick, you can recruit her. Wow, I didn't know you could actually kill her.
Yeah, well, I didn't. It was one of those things where I was like, genuinely like, you shouldn't go, because she used me, and she shouldn't go be selling this stuff to the king for personal profit. Like, I was like, you should give this to people who need it, and you will die anyway, because this guy's gonna just take what he needs and then kill you.
Mhm.
And I didn't expect me saying like, hey, you shouldn't go get yourself killed to lead to me killing.
Right.
But I guess she
Yeah.
wanted the money more so. So that was just weird. So I've been playing the game. I have a hard time not going to all the little question marks in the area. I'm in Velen right now.
Hmm.
And I find it really hard to not go to those places because it's like, okay, I'm going to go to Skellige, the next little area. And then it's like, no, there's more stuff to do. And I got to level up, and leveling up takes forever. And what if there's something cool that I miss? And so yeah. And then there's this gear grind where I have all these relic swords that just aren't any good, and I don't understand because I thought relic was supposed to be the best. And anyway, but The Witcher's a lot of fun. The combat's amazing, and it's good. The other thing I've been playing is Destiny 2. Go figure. Actually, The Witcher kind of took over all of my Destiny 2 until the Halloween event came out for Destiny 2, and you can get little masks like Shalene, you know the chicken?
Yeah.
You can get a chicken head mask.
Yay.
can
I
run around
love the
with the turtle.
chicken.
That's awesome.
And you can get a bunch of different masks. And what it does is, since you're not wearing armor, you're wearing a mask, it brings your armor level down, and then it has you do basically like it's a really dark area of the map where you just fight a bunch of dudes and then fight a big guy at the end, and you have to see how many levels you can get through before the time runs out.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, you get these little trinkets, and then you can turn the trinkets in for more masks and prizes and things. And it's just like
That's fun.
it's their Halloween event, and it's super fun. And I've been grinding away in what's called the Dark Forest, the Haunted Forest, something like that.
Hmm.
I've been grinding away at that, getting fragmented souls so I could buy the machine gun for the event or whatever. But
Gosh,
whenever
you're
there's
addicted.
like events out for like MMOs, I like to achievement hunt. So like for Guild Wars last year, for their Halloween event, I got all the achievements, and so
Yeah, you were super into Guild Wars last year.
yeah, I like achievement hunting for events, even though they're kind of grindy at times, but it's fun. So that's pretty much what I've been playing. Destiny 2 and The Witcher, and as soon as the event's over, The Witcher's gonna go by the wayside to Fallout, of course. Fallout ruins everything, but it makes everything better.
I
So yeah,
suppose. Yeah, I think it depends. It depends. It's very
it's true.
subjective.
What about you, Vendy?
I've been playing quite a bit of the games. Shalene and I, as you know, finished off episode 1 of season 2 of the Days of Our Life is Strange series right here on Gamestack Podcast. You can find that in our video archive right here on Twitch and also on YouTube. And it was something else. It was actually, you know what? I'm gonna save that to the bottom of the list because then we can both talk about it. I popped into Stranger Things again, the mobile game, because
Ooh.
it is so good, you guys.
That
And
is a fun little game.
I'm really not a fan of mobile games. I think that I just don't like them. I just can't get into them. But Stranger Things is really awesome, and I'm sad that it's not going to be made further. But I always watch Stranger Things this time of year because October, and so I thought I'm going to get into Stranger Things again, and because the first time that I played it, I didn't get a lot of the achievements. The achievements are really hard. They're really hard. Were you able to get any achievements, Shalene?
No.
Yeah, they
No,
were.
I didn't have much success. I enjoyed the game. I recognized the quality game. I did not have the patience to stick it out.
Yeah, the achievements are tough. So I'm going back through and I'm doing sort of an achievement run. So more on that in the coming weeks. Arc, oh my gosh, you guys, it's taken over my life. I love Arc so much. The server welcomes Raptor Red Ender to the community, as well as Tank Boom, Dragon Craze, and Hobbitbot. Jess and I are on there. Jess is now admin, helping me out with all kinds of things, but she's a little bit freaking out because she's going to TwitchCon, and I have to babysit all of her dinos.
Uh-oh.
So I've gotta go over every day and just check on them and make sure there's meat in the trough and that her sheep have veggie cakes because that's what they eat. They like cake. So but yeah, so I'm been tasked with managing her estate while she's at TwitchCon.
You're house sitting.
Yes, I'm house sitting.
I love that.
It's a really great community. We've got a really great group of people coming or on the server already playing. We now have so there's an event called the archaeology event where these little piles of bones pop up everywhere randomly, and you can dig bones out of the piles in archaeology. And so there are certain skins and hats and clothing items that you can't get on the server. And so as admin, I'm providing that to the guests, but I'm making them pay with bones. So they have to go around and search all these archaeology piles and do these digs and get these bones in order to purchase, a witch hat for Halloween or something. So it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of really interesting dynamic going on. We've kind of got a little bit of an economy going now. So I'm the clothing vendor. Hobbit is our Breaking Bad Walter with the chem bench in the cave making drugs for everyone. Jess is taken upon herself to make all of the ammunition and guns in Rick's absence.
What can I say?
So it's been really interesting and lots of adventuring around. We also have Zapu, but we're house sitting for him too because he's away on a trip for work for the next month or so. So, but good news, we might actually see Archon on the server soon.
A wild
Nice.
Archon appeared.
Yes. So we're gonna spawn him in and tame him. But Archon, if you, we hope that you get a chance to get things up and running, and we welcome you when you arrive on the server. But we're full. That's it. We're full. Slots are full.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
So, but I've been playing a lot of Ark. I did some renos. Did some renos on my kitchen. I'm a ridiculous. I moved I have this kitchen and I moved it to the other side of the room and then I didn't like it. So then I moved it back and then I like rearranged it all. But then I had so much stuff in my fridge that I had to like pick my fridge up and then put it down and then put all the stuff in the fridge and then move and then take everything out of the fridge, pick the fridge up and then move it a little bit more and then put everything back in the fridge because I couldn't move. I was over encumbered. Oh, it's terrible. It's awful. Yeah, so Ark happened. It's good though. People are getting a little bit more, their characters are coming along really nicely. There's lots of new updates with some of the mods that we've got. The Extinction Chronicles events are going on right now, so you're getting different colored dinos and things like that. And just gearing up for the new map. There's going to be a new map coming out November 7th. But I don't think that's something that will come with time because the new maps tend to be very buggy. So we're just gonna leave that till the end. But
Gotcha.
And I ordered Fallout 76 finally.
Congrats. How'd you finally do that?
Okay, first of all,
this is a saga, man.
I need to tell you guys that as a Canadian, it is impossible to order a digital copy of Fallout 76. It's impossible. And I'll tell you why it's impossible, because I don't want to pay crazy shipping costs. It's like the game is like, what, $80 in Canada? 125 if you get the premium edition or platinum or whatever it is. And the shipping is like $30.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous. Also, I would like to point out that on the Bethesda store, you cannot purchase or pre-order Fallout 76 if you are not a U.S. resident.
Oh, no. That's ridiculous.
Which I think is total baloney. I think that's just ridiculous. I can't even believe it. I can't believe that. I can order stuff. I can order merch from their store, but I can't pre-order their game? Anyways, little miffed about that. Went through a lot of crap. I've got it ordered through GameStop, and I think it's going to be a digital / physical copy. So I'm not.
So what? They
entirely
send
sure.
you like a box with a code in it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So things in Canada are weird. People like to they like tangible stuff. So, anyways,
you know what they say? God bless America, nowhere else, right?
It is the center of the universe. I am excited to start playing The Colonist. The Colonist is this really adorable sort of where's my? I had some notes. The Colonist. It's doing the show on the show. It's a game about robots, you guys. It's a game about robots. And
It looks real cute.
basically you take control of your, you know what? Here, I'm going to just roll some B-roll here. We're going to just roll some B-roll. It's going to be
We're
fine.
doing things.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Guys, what are we doing?
Display capture. There we go. You know what? We're just going to leave it. Never mind. We're just going to leave it.
This was too hard.
Too much.
Too many steps.
Yeah, so it's a game about robots. You basically take control of a team of robots, and the task is to settle on a newly discovered planet and prepare the ground for people coming in from their home world in a quest to be more like human beings. So it's really cute. It's all these like little robots, and then there's levels, and it's all like intense and stuff. I haven't played it yet. Got a code for it, but I can't share any more than that because it's under NDA. So
Raptor Ender in chat says, actually a manhole cover in Wallace, Idaho is the center of the universe. I don't even.
And then Dirty Llama Race. I knew it. I knew it. You guys are weird.
Man. The conversations.
Wallace, Idaho. Of course, it would be in the Midwest.
So that's kind of gameplay for me this week. A little bit mix of everything.
Seems like you were busy playing games. Usually, this is a blank spot.
No, I've been really busy with school. I finished a paper. I'm writing another paper. I've got grants and all this stuff. I'm currently producing a new network of podcasts. It's part of my job, so it's a little bit crazy. But Days of Our Life is Strange. Episode 1 of season 2 was
Fantastic.
phenomenal.
It was so
Flabbergasting. It was just amazing. It was amazing. It was
Intense.
better than the original Life is Strange.
It was definitely intense.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do we want to go into details on that, Shalene, or?
A bit, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. So I felt like, well, I don't really remember where it ended off. Actually, they were in the hotel room.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning instead of the end. So Life is Strange 2 focuses on a set of brothers, Sean and Daniel. And of course, Sean is the big brother, Daniel is the little brother. And they have some things happen, you know. We don't want to what?
Oh my gosh. Stupid bot.
Oh man. I'm sorry guys. I lost it because Rick just got timed out in the Twitch chat. What did you do, Rick?
I was just typing messages.
Anyways, continue.
So, we're not going to go super spoilery because this is a very new game.
Stupid.
But some bad things happen in this game, and these two boys are forced out on the road. You know, they're running from the police. They have a dangerous situation, and because life is strange, there are magic powers involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting.
We don't quite know fully what the capabilities of the powers in this series, in this season.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not yet.
Not yet.
And the dynamic is very different.
It's very different.
In the previous games, you know, they're basically set in school, you know, and it's much safer. Sean and Daniel are in a lot more danger at any given moment than any previous Life is Strange protagonists.
True.
And something else that really surprised me was how political they went with this. You know,
oh yeah,
they tackled some heavy subjects. You know, racism and a lot of things, and I was really surprised they went there. It was handled well. I thought it was handled well. It was not heavy-handed or preachy. But it definitely shows a different side of things. So.
And a different side of gaming.
For sure.
Like, I don't think I've seen that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, but it's different.
But yeah, these were very like vulgar. There's a lot of vulgar racial
Mafia
language.
3.
But
that had a racism warning at the beginning of it.
Again, it's different.
It's
because those were in historical contexts.
Yeah.
Both of those games tackle the subject in historical context. This game tackled it in
present day.
Yeah.
That Detroit AI game.
Detroit Become Human?
Science fiction.
Oh, fine.
Rick, what I'm saying is this game had a line where a mean man kicked the protagonist, who is Hispanic, and told him, "You're the reason that we need to build that wall."
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny, because isn't this game developed in Sweden?
But in the effort of not going political, I thought the game was really great.
Yeah, it was great. It really was.
But
yeah, I'm just saying that this subject is tackled in a very current way.
It is, yes.
It was really interesting because I think, you know, the brothers have a very interesting dynamic. They had an interesting dynamic when the episode started, in that it was, just sort of bickery, play fun, brotherly love sort of thing that evolved into this sort of, the older brother taking on this parental role, but also trying to still maintain that sort of brotherly relationship, which you can see him battling with, because he has to make choices and engage in certain dialogue as a parent now, or a responsible older brother, but also be the brother.
And Daniel learns by watching.
Mhm.
His actions are affected by the way that Sean has behaved throughout the episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was really interesting.
go ahead.
I just realized that this entire game is basically one giant teen movie. Because
Yeah.
like he starts out, all he wants to do is go to this party, get wasted, and get laid. And then all of a sudden, all this stuff gets in his way.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is just a
Basically.
teen movie.
Yeah, but you know what? The original Life is Strange was the same sort of genre.
No, it was. This definitely took it. I mean,
This is a lot deeper. Yeah.
From a spectator standpoint, because I'm not really involved in the streams, I just kind of watch. This one got heavy real quick.
Yeah. I was actually working on, and I was going to surprise you guys, but I was actually working on a video recap, like a 1 minute clip that we could say, hey, if you haven't watched, here's the trailer.
Wow.
Of that moment when Shalene, you were like, wow. Just wow, you guys. Yeah.
And there's a part of me that also wants to play these games with you separately, because I would have made some
different choices.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
That is interesting.
I found myself like screaming at the screen, like, run, just run.
Yeah, like,
like you're like, well, we're gonna stay.
WWRD, what would Rick do?
Get that on a rubber wristband.
I wonder what the outcome would be if we put Rick behind the wheel.
It would just be
we should do that.
I mean, everybody in Arcadia Bay would have been done by the second episode.
Oh man.
But I really like that one character, the journalist, who popped up.
Yes, I loved him too.
What was his name? Brian Duncan? Can't remember.
I've 100% forgotten his name, but I liked him.
That's how much you loved him.
He was great. We were really skeptical about him, but then he turned out to be a nice guy.
For now.
For now. We haven't got to the second episode.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Playing the long con here.
He is going to come back. I just know it.
I think so too.
Yeah, he's going to come back.
You know, I kind of hope he doesn't, because that would be such a cool character, just like in and out, Because what this game does, it gets you so comfortable with someone, and they're like, turns out they're the Scooby-Doo villain after all.
Yeah.
And, like, I hate that same shtick over and over again, so I hope that they don't do it again, because they've already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Well, and given the racism bit in this series, I feel like they might write his character into, him writing a story about this, everything that happened, even after everything he went through with the boys together, because at the end of the day, he is a journalist, and he has to like that, so
who knows, man.
Something that I think is going to be really interesting about this game going forward is that the Life is Strange supernatural thing is not tied to the player character. It's tied to Daniel.
That's very true.
I think that's going to be really interesting, trying to sort of influence him, because he's going to be the one making the choices, not us. So I think that's going to be a really interesting approach to this game. Very different.
Jess said that he reminds her of Seth Rogen, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I guess so.
That one character, yeah,
the journalist character.
Yeah.
You know what I was just thinking, it hit me that like this was more Stranger Things.
Oh, definitely.
Time around.
Yeah.
And episode 1 of Life is Strange season 1 was developed before Stranger Things came out. So I wonder if Stranger Things was an influence on this particular season 2 because of the protagonist not having the power. We're like
We
the
should have called this Life is Stranger Things.
Days of Our Life is Stranger Things.
Yeah.
This is getting to be a
Missed
mouthful.
opportunity.
Because the protagonist in Stranger Things also did not have the power, because 11 wasn't the main character.
No,
Right.
no, she
Right.
wasn't. Yeah. But you
Very
know the thing
Which I
is,
still have to see. I still have to see season 2.
oh,
Really?
season 2 is
Watch
the
it.
best. Oh, season 2 is epic, Rick. It's epic.
You don't have Netflix or what?
No, we do. We just watch Doctor Who.
Um,
We have a friend that we watch Stranger Things with, and it's just hard to coordinate.
Okay.
I'm doing this, and
well, I'm sorry to be an inconvenience.
yeah, it's your guys' fault. No, I'm just saying you guys are more of a priority. You can just continue.
So one of the things that I found interesting was that, so if you look back through the archives, Shalene and I had done the Amazing Adventures of Captain Spirit, which was the segue episode between Life is Strange 1 and 2. And at the end of that episode, they actually showed the brothers, right?
Right. Yeah.
But the house that they live in Life is Strange 2 is totally different.
I noticed that as well. And the neighbor is
Well, they're on a
some
corner. They're on a
dumb
street
jock.
corner.
and not the Chris from Captain Spirit.
Yeah. So I wonder what's going on there. I was left a little kerfuffled.
Yeah, that
Or
was weird. That was
Gerfuffled?
weird.
I was
for
left
sure.
a little gerfuffled there.
It was weird.
He's not even in the chat.
I know. He'll listen to it after.
That's true.
So yeah, is it are we transitioned out of your
Back to you. Back to
Yeah,
you,
okay.
Shalene.
just want to make sure. So guys, I went to this horrible conference this week and I took my Switch and I took my 3DS because I expected to have a whole bunch of time in the evenings and I did not. I had no time in the evenings. So I played nothing this week. But last week I played a little bit more Horizon, a little bit more Assassin's Creed 3. I don't really have much of an update on that. I didn't do much there. On Saturday, I got to be part of the Fallout 76 stress test, which was super cool. But it's like NDA, so I can't really talk about it.
Oh,
I will say that I
I'm so
played
jealous.
for the entire time. I played for about an hour single player and for about 3 hours with Jess, Kern Jess, our moderator. And by the end, I did not want to quit. So that's the very safe version of this discussion. So
Well, and I did ask you a question. I asked you if it felt like a Fallout game, and your answer was
yes, I'm gonna get kicked out of future Bethesda programs, Rick.
no, not for that.
They're gonna confiscate my beta
They're gonna
codes.
No, what I wanted to point out.
I'm gonna
with
get
that
whacked
was-
by Pete Hines Hitman.
No, you're gonna
Yeah.
get whacked by Pete Hines himself.
No,
This
you're
is
gonna
worse.
get whacked by Pete Howard.
It'll be the mysterious stranger. The Bethesda Hitmen are like the mysterious stranger. They'll just pop up in the background and
Yeah.
No, because if our audience listens to us for, I don't know, whatever reason they have in their head, but
Jesus.
no, the one thing I was thinking of, like, Vendertron, you and me are not trustworthy folk. If we say we like something, it's
What? You're
Trust
just
me.
dragging me into this mud puddle.
Listen, who do you think people are going to trust out of the three of us the most? Me, you, or Shalene?
Well, right now I'm
you
sitting in front of a cannabis background in a cloud of smoke.
see what I'm saying?
it would definitely be Rick.
No,
What? What?
I don't even trust what I say. So the reason I wanted to bring this up kind of publicly is there's been a lot of people on our Facebook page who listen to the show, podcast form, even in this chat, were very skeptical of Fallout 76, even with all of the gameplay that's out right now and all the YouTubers that presented stuff from West Virginia. So when I asked Shalene, does this feel like Fallout? Because to anyone, honestly, Shalene would be a great measuring stick for the Fallout question. So if it felt like a Fallout to her, then I think for the majority of us, it's gonna feel good and feel like a Fallout game. So
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's why I asked that.
just a side note to anybody in the chat who may or may not have participated in the stress test. Reminder: don't talk about it in the chat either, please.
No, please
Yeah, I can't wait to be able to talk about it more. That's a good thing to
Oh,
see. I cannot wait to be able to play the beta and talk about it.
don't. Oh, when the floodgates open.
Gosh, I'm
It's
so
gonna be
jealous.
great.
I just hate you right now so much.
Well,
Got a little
gracious.
Saltertron here.
Well, I'm just over here just trying to just pre-order the game. And you're just
Yeah.
probably just going around.
Hey, man, it's not our fault you live north of the border.
Uh
No, it literally is
Anyway.
our fault.
I will be happy when we can go a little bit more in depth on the Fallout 76 discussion. So the main thing that was my gameplay for the past fortnight, guys, you're gonna laugh. I made a new Xbox avatar on my Xbox.
What?
They brought back the avatar creation system.
And
Oh,
did you
no.
spend like 4 hours?
Yes, I did. I spent probably 40 minutes, maybe over an hour.
You're
doing this.
ridiculous.
I enjoyed the Xbox avatars on the 360, and I was like, I'm still sad that there's not like a little spot where your avatar is just hanging out, making silly faces and playing with toys and stuff. But the new avatar creation tools were really fun to play with, and the avatars are so much more customizable now. You can there's so many more options, it's fantastic. I had a lot of fun doing that. But at like the only thing you can really do at the end is change your gamer pick. Just use your avatar as your gamer pick, which is super lame. They introduced an avatar store so you can spend money on clothes and props and stuff. Archon in chat says he's disappointed that the old stuff didn't carry over. So am I. I had some really cool avatar stuff, and I was very disappointed not to see any of that cool stuff.
You didn't pay money for that stuff, did you?
I think I did spend some money on avatar stuff back in the 360 days. Most of my best stuff were like rewards, like you would unlock an achievement and you would get an avatar award. But I believe I did spend money in the avatar store.
That's one thing about when you buy loot crates or like microtransactions. We're talking with Fallout 76, just kind of going back on that sort of topic real quick. If you pay money for that stuff, there should be some form of transfer. I mean,
yeah, that would be nice.
Maybe like you get like 50% of what you spent back on things that don't come back over, like in-store credit on something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like there should be something.
But back in the 360 era, your avatar was always displayed on your console. Your friends' avatars. I could go scrolling through my friends list, and there would be all of my friends' avatars dressed how they dressed them. It was fun. And there were some games that you could use your avatar as a playable character, and that was cool. But right now, with these Xbox One avatars, as great as they are, there is virtually no reason to spend money on clothes and props because you can't see them. You can't see your character doing the animations. There are no games that use avatars to my knowledge. So I hope they have something planned to make avatars cool and useful. But that's the bulk of my gameplay for this fortnight was making my Xbox avatar. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No.
I got a code for a review code for the new Ghostbusters game. That's basically a Pokemon Go style busting ghosts.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm really excited about it, you guys. When I got that email, I was like, I'm so happy.
Oh, that's
I
gonna
know
be a
I'm
lot
gonna.
of fun.
I have a good feeling that I'm gonna enjoy it. We'll see. It might be terrible. I don't know, but we'll talk about that on the next episode. I haven't tried it yet.
I could just
that's
see
exciting.
the second you get that like code, you're like, who you gonna call? Me. That's right.
Yes, exactly. That was how I felt. I'm going to bust some ghosts. Talk about it on their next game stack. That's all I got, guys.
Oh, that sounds like a
That's it.
real challenge. Which
Yeah.
brings us to our challenge. This is
Nice.
terrible segues. Um, we also have another challenge with the challenges. Challenge. I don't have the backdrop of our cameras on each of the
Codes.
challenges, and so people will be listening and watching just a black screen.
That's fine.
That's
Most
okay.
people pick this up audio version anyway.
So,
I think it's really nice that we've got an audio focused challenge for once.
yes.
Mhm.
So, for our video listeners, bear with us. You're going to hear us talking and you're going to hear the challenge entry, but you're not going to see anything on the screen. So, don't freak out. We're not offline. The stream has not turned into a giant trash fire. We're still here. Everything is still operational.
and I'll let you know. See, Maria, and oh gosh, Maria and me agree that it looks like a Snoop Dogg video in here. So,
What's my favorite thing are the videos when Snoop Dogg narrates nature shows.
do you know that he did a complete, like, 100% legitimate gospel album?
Yes, and it's good.
It is very good. It is kind of terrifying.
Oh, my. Okay, are you guys ready for the first entry?
Let's
Wow, we went way off the
Oh,
do it. Yeah,
rails.
we did.
Well,
I should be able to match up who did what here.
So the first entry comes from Amanda Rose, I believe.
Oh, you're already taking care of it. Okay.
Well, it's reverse order. Is that?
I don't know. The
Okay.
file name of the.
We'll see. We'll see in a moment.
Let
here.
Rick identify them.
Yeah, this is Amanda Rose. This is the soundtrack to Rome Total War Forever.
Oh, are we
Uh,
supposed to guess? We're supposed to guess, aren't we?
No,
Well, I
thought
would have
we-
never gotten that anyway.
Oh, okay.
We can guess if you want to.
Oh, are we supposed to guess? No, I don't think. No, this wasn't the
that
guess.
wasn't
thing.
part of the challenge.
No, this was
Oh,
This was just people sending their favorite soundtracks in. I only did 10 seconds because I was a little afraid of problems.
I'm just
yeah, we don't
I'm
want...
just gonna add this smoke in here because
what are you
it's such a
doing?
trash fire. There.
It's
We're-
not a trash
good.
fire.
Okay.
Was that
Second
all 10 seconds?
second entry. That was it. Do you want to play it again or?
Oh, wow. No, that's fine.
Okay.
was longer than
Second
that.
entry.
Oh man, that Halo soundtrack is so good.
Yeah. Archon with the Halo 3 Archon actually gave us an hour of epic Halo music. I just picked with the most memorable, noticeable, like 10 seconds.
You know what? I think I'm gonna spend like all morning tomorrow at the post office listening to the Halo soundtrack.
Nice.
I think that's applicable.
And what is the next one we got on the list?
Well, let's see. That was Ashton Dotson showing that he loves Persona 5's Last Surprise. I don't know at all what this is, but I can definitely tell you it's some sort of Japanese game.
That is
that's-
so Ashton is Raptor Red Ender.
Oh, what? No.
Yes.
Ashton
Yes.
Dotson?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, his Twitter handle is different then.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was Persona 5.
I'm highly interested in the Persona series.
Of course
I want to play that someday.
Yeah.
I would
And-
watch this. That's the kind of game that I would watch you play. I don't know why, but something about it just makes me want to watch you play that.
And our next challenge entry, number 4.
That was Captain Bones with Harvest Moon Back to Nature theme song.
Oh, I just love that.
It sounds like one of those theme songs that, like, if you played the game, you would definitely feel feels for it. But I don't know.
Yeah. It's very Stardew Valley sort of, yeah.
Oh,
But it's a sister game, so. All right, challenge 5. Here we go.
That was Castlevania SOTN Requiem for the Gods from Don Daly.
Don Daly.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice. I love Castlevania. Challenge 6. That is beautiful.
Well, that was just a snippet of Diablo 2's soundtrack from Jerome Smith. Now, I got to say, when I first started this one, like right from the beginning, it was dissonant, terrifying strings. And in the comments on the YouTube video, they were like, the Diablo 2 soundtrack was much more terrifying than Diablo 3's. So it's definitely a good one for Halloween.
Interesting. On to our next entry.
Yes.
Shalene is smiling.
I'm so happy.
She
That's the
knows.
Halo 3
She
soundtrack
knows.
specifically.
And that one comes to us from who?
That one's from Micah Fournier.
Micah.
Fournier,
Thank you for the
Fournier.
entry.
Mr. Micah.
This is a lot of fun, you guys. We've got 3 more in the docket. Here's the next one. Gosh, I
That
wish
was-
they were longer.
They're
so
I didn't wanna
good.
I didn't want to get in trouble. So
Right.
that was Deus Ex from, dude, I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm sorry, Mujahid Rodani, who's a devoted listener.
He needs to send us like a name pronunciation
A
guide
nickname?
because we feel terrible every time.
Every
Mo.
time we butcher it.
Mo, that was from Mo.
Mo Radani. Mo Radani.
From Deus Ex. Yeah, that one to me also sounded cool. You know, we 3 should have done this.
I
this
know.
We
is-
really should
I
have.
know.
I have so many regrets.
That's okay, because we don't have to just do this once.
I know. We
Right?
should get it prepared for next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
We
On-
should do a special episode someday about soundtracks.
Well,
For
I've
sure.
been wanting to do that for like 3 years. I
We
got
need to-
Jeremy Soul follows me and messages me on Twitter, you guys.
We should definitely like put more time and effort into like doing cooler stuff with the show.
Like, I
Yes.
would love to have Jeremy Soul on here. That
We
would
are
be.
totally doing the show on the show.
Anyways, challenge 9. Here we go. Entry 9.
So this was Pokemon Sun and Moon that was actually covered by a band called Insane in the Rain Music, and they
Nice.
do what looks like they're different people in different areas that like one person will do the guitar, the other person will do the drums, and they kind of put it together. But this was Pokemon Sun and Moon, so yeah.
And this is our last and final entry. Here we go. You guys are going to love this.
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day.
So that one is Marty Robbins with Big Iron from the
Nice.
Gunfighter Ballads album. And that was from Ray LB, who sent that one in. And, I can't remember if it was, I think it was New Vegas.
Vegas.
No, I was just going to say, I can't remember if it was New Vegas that turned me on to Marty Robbins. It was not New Vegas that turned me on to Marty Robbins. The first time I ever heard of Marty Robbins was when my grandfather gave me a lesson on who was the first person to ever use distortion in a song. And it was the Marty Robbins song, Don't Worry About Me. Very beautiful song. But what happened was they dropped the amplifier walking into the studio, and it blew a tube. It broke one of the tubes in the amplifier. And so it came out all like, and Marty Robbins kept it, and it became a huge hit. And that was
Cool.
arguably the first song to use distortion. It's kind of combated with
It's like
Red
girl.
Rock.
It's like that art piece, Girl with Balloon, because it's like half shredded. It's like worth like twice as much as what they thought it would be.
Yeah. I can't remember. A lot of people think that there's a different song. I think Little Red Rocket or something like that. I can't remember who sang it. Was the first one to use distortion, but it goes back and forth. But yeah, that's when I first heard it. I love Rob.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's challenge.
So I kind of realized in hindsight that I really could have just played these on my own system and not even left the main the main window.
Well,
So
you
the
know.
next time we do that, we'll have to set it up right. But that was a great challenge. I totally want to do that again.
I've been thinking just now, like what I would pick. I'm not quite sure.
I
There's
have it
so
narrowed down to like 5, maybe. But it's
well.
so many.
If you think of half the soundtrack of GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yep.
If you think of the music that they did in Banjo-Kazooie, amazing. But then you've got Einon Zur, which is
Mhm.
also amazing.
Two of my selections would be Einon Zur, Dragon Age Origins, and also the Far Harbor music.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one. I mean, yeah, it'd be a tough one.
I love Einon Zur.
He's very good.
He's very talented.
So anyway,
Hmm.
cool. What's up for next week's Fortnite's challenge?
Well, Shalene, is this one of your suggestions?
Yeah, I just threw this in there right now because it was blank.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes too much transparency.
Sorry, guys. I mean, transparency is very important. I work with public funds.
Oh.
It's just instinct now. Since we've got this Halloween screen up on our video version of the show, and since Halloween is next week, week after next, since Halloween is soon, I thought we could do screenshots from your favorite horror game, or maybe it doesn't have to be your favorite. It could just be a horror game that you give a try. Yeah, and let's do something spooky. I think we should do a scary stream for Halloween, guys.
Mhm.
Definitely do a scary stream.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
We already did Amnesia.
I really want to show you guys PT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta do a stream sometime. I haven't played a game on a stream in a while.
Well, you should do a stream then, and we will join you. It'll be great.
Cool.
So there's the challenge. You can send it to us on Twitter. Submit your challenge entries on Twitter at We Just Love Games. Don't forget to include the hashtag Gamestack Challenge, because that is how we find all of the challenge entries that make it onto the show. So send us your screenshot, and then also leave us a little message of why you took that screenshot, or what your thoughts are of the shot itself. So.
Awesome.
And that is our challenges. And we've got a few emails that we want to talk about before we cap the show off. And would either of you guys like to take the first email?
Sure, I can definitely take that if that's okay with you, Shalene.
Do it.
Awesome. Our first email is from Jim from Scotland. Hey.
Oh, don't do that.
There goes all of our
I'm
Scottish.
sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry.
I love with one word. I could just make Bender just. Say he says hi guys, just finished playing Nier Automata.
Automata.
Gosh, I'm way off. And I have to say that this is why you should never read these things. I have to say that rarely has a game moved me as much as this one has. It's easy to look at the game and be put off by the main character as just another scantily dressed anime type character, but that is doing the game a huge disservice. Please try this masterpiece of multi-layered storytelling. Note, you must play the game at least 3 times to get the full experience.
Huh.
The questions that the game asked are deep and resonant, very much in today's world. Please do yourselves a great service and play the game if you have not already done so. I did not want to put any spoilers, so I won't mention the story, other than to say, as a 56-year-old hardened Scot, I was moved by the story several times, and the soundtrack is one of the most haunting, beautiful I have heard, and yet perfectly fits the game at all times. I bought the album; it was so good. All the best and keep up the great work, Jim from Scotland.
Shalene, have you played Nier Automata?
No, I've heard good things, but it didn't look like a Shalene game, so I just.
I know we've talked about it. We've talked about it on the show a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played Nier Automata either before.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm sure if you said that in a Scottish accent, you probably would have nailed it.
I'm not going to do that because
Yeah.
apparently we'll lose all of our Scottish listeners.
I kid. I think it's funny. You know, I'm as big an offender as you are when it comes to doing the silly accents.
Oh,
I'm
I think your
the bad-
Russian, your Russian is
bad
pretty on
accents.
point.
Clownchus.
Yeah. There was this one time. Where was that? Was that in Mass Andromeda stream that we did for Ye Radio? We shall not name.
Did
And I made Shalene read the whole letter that was in the game in a Russian accent.
Yeah, that was
You did.
for Observer.
Oh.
Remember that horrible game? Oh, I hated that game so much.
Yeah, that was bad.
did
Yeah,
That was
and
bad. That was a
it had
horror
a
game, wasn't it?
that was kind of.
Yeah.
It was a cyberpunk style kind of horror game.
was
And
I around for that? I don't remember.
no.
That was weird.
Before you rejoined us.
But she nailed it. She nailed it. It was awesome.
We agreed that we wouldn't talk about those times when I wasn't around. 'Cause they didn't happen.
Well, we talk about them when you're not here all the time.
Yeah,
Did I-
that was the only time I've ever rage quit a stream.
Oh, really? Oh, I think I remember hearing something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you guys, speaking of Russian things, did I ever tell you that I have an old Russian muff?
What?
Look, I do.
Pardon?
What?
See? Look. See
What?
the Russian written there?
Yeah.
Russian.
Yeah.
See?
It's
It's a Russian big muff. I have
Oh.
an old Russian big muff. I'm not
Wow.
joking. I do.
I don't know what that is.
It's a guitar pedal
Oh.
and
Okay.
a fan. I love saying that because it occurred to me the other day that saying
You're
to
bad.
people, you have a Russian big muff. They're like, what? You're like, oh, right. Not the mail order bride, but the guitar pedal kind.
So anybody listening to the show afterwards, we apologize if you've spit your coffee
I forgot.
out
People
all
listen to
over everything. Shalene, please take the next email.
Dear gang, you were very kind to send a shout out my way for the 5-star review. I meant every word in it. As a meager token of my appreciation, I have composed a haiku for you. It is below. No Joy for Dino Gamer is the title of this haiku. Tiny arms can't reach the controller on the ground. T-Rex Gamer frowns.
So
Yours
good.
truly, Tyrannosaurus Rectum.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Okay, if you would like to send us an email, please. Haikus, absolutely optional. Feel free to throw it in there.
But
'cause that was
encouraged.
just-
Haikus are encouraged.
Yes. Yeah. Don't feel that you just have to send us, a nice little letter. Just throw in some of Grandma's cookies in there. That would be great.
How are
You
they
can
going to email us cookies?
you can email them at
No,
info at
we
we
don't
just love
want cookies.
games.
I delete them.
Info at we just love games, and we love getting your emails, your guys' emails. You guys are awesome. Some of the best listeners a podcast could ever have. So,
Oh,
oh,
you see how Shalene treats fans.
but they keep her cool. They keep her cool. And here we go with the puns. Before we get too crazy, I'm gonna roll into our outros. Any plugs or announcements?
Are you guys doing a strange stream on Sunday?
All of our streams are pretty strange.
They
I don't
are.
know.
They are.
This one's especially
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
I don't know. We may be doing an episode of the council. We will. I mean, at some point we
Yeah.
will.
Well,
We
you
haven't
just
made arrangements for time, but watch Twitter and watch Facebook and.
So I have to show off. Sorry, just a quick side note. I got to show off this wonderful trailer.
Oh,
that-
please do it.
the trailer,
So good.
the trailer, you guys. And so last week we announced the council series that we are doing called The Young and the Council. Here's the trailer.
for the audio folks, that was a very soap opera style intro for the Council, which is a period episodic game set in like what, the 1700s?
Yes, late
1700s?
1700s. Yeah.
Oh man, that George Washington part slays me every time.
Is that a character in the game?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, when I first saw this, I was like, "Is this Assassin's Creed?" Because
No,
I know
no.
that Shalene been talking about like the evil George.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the game basically takes place, like Shalene said, in the late 1700s, and all of these some world famous guests are invited to Lord Mortimer's island for a private stay on his estate. And Lord Mortimer is this elusive character that nobody knows or has seen him. And there's the tales and the dialogue and the dynamic between the characters are filled with mystery and intrigue. So it's really interesting. I can't wait to see what Louis's mother thinks of Emily. I mean, honestly, the woman's a
I've got you.
tramp.
I can't wait to play this game.
Can I ask you guys a question? Like seriously,
Okay.
genuinely seriously. If you got a letter that you opened up, and when you read it in your head, you read it in a British accent and said, "Dear Vendatron, we invite you cordially to such and such's estate, and it's this really rich dude. It's on an island, and nobody really knows about him. He's kind of like an elusive figure. Would you go?"
Well, we'd have to have a motivation to go, right? Like, do I need like Lord Mortimer's gold to send my mom to a sanitarium for the black lung?
No. I'm saying like right now, tomorrow, a letter shows up inviting you to a crazy weird island with a dude who's reclusive but rich, and he's inviting like only like 6 people there.
The letter would have to be accompanied by some money to get me there, a plane ticket, and all of the information that I need for the car that's going to pick me up to get me to where I need to be.
You would
Okay.
walk to your
I'm only
death.
Vendor is Vendor is also going.
Oh my god.
Well, we'll
Really?
both
Like, seriously,
we
you
will
would
we
do
will
this?
we will both be going.
If Vendor goes, I'll go too.
Raptor Red Ender says Tim Curry is there. Reason enough. That's reason enough to not go, because you know he's going to be the bad guy. If
Yeah.
Buffett Treasure Island and McHale's Navy taught us anything.
So Shalene and I will be going. We are going. You can expect to see us on
No,
the Young
we
and the
can expect to
Council.
never see you again.
The Young and the Council. This Sunday we will be doing the first episode, and we invite you all to join us. Right back here on We Just Love Games Twitch channel. And Shalene, what time are we gonna stream that? Have we
I don't know. How about like 3 or 2 or 3 p.m.?
Sure.
time?
We'll narrow down the time, and you guys will see a tweet out from us, and we'll put the information in the Discord as well, so you know what's going on. But that's what you can expect, and it's gonna be good. The first episode is the only episode that I've seen. It's the only episode that I've seen. So, but I took this weird path, and like 4 Mile Farm played it, and she took this other path, and she's like, "That's totally not what happened to me." So, I'm excited. You can also expect to see us next Friday, right back here at 6:30 p.m. real time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another lovely episode of That Fallout Show. And I'm sure that we are going to have way more to talk about next Friday.
I'm hopefully going to have some time with the beta,
Mm-hmm.
the Xbox beta, before we do another episode of That Fallout Show.
Mm-hmm.
And the beta has no restrictions on what you can discuss and or stream.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So there we have it. Any other announcements, guys?
Nope, I'm good.
So once again, you can email us your lovely haikus at info@wejustlovegames.com. You can find us on Twitter at We Just Love Games. You can find Shalene at Shalene L. You can find Rick at Rick McVick, and myself at Vendertron N. We also are on Facebook. You can find our Facebook group at facebook.com/We Just Love Games and facebook.com/groups/We Just Love Games. We are also on Discord. We have over 160 people now in our Discord server, and they keep rolling in. They keep just rolling on in. So that is open public access. You can find the link on Twitter as well. Just send us a personal message, and we'll make sure that you get that. We record the show live at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. So you can join us live next week if you're listening in afterwards for that Fallout show. And we also are on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and coming soon, Google Alexa, Amazon Echo. Which one is it? Do we know?
It's Alexa, isn't it?
It's Alexa?
I think it was Alexa.
Yeah, so coming soon to Alexa. Please like and subscribe and give us a review. We love your reviews. We read them on the show. We boast about them to all of our friends. And that's a show, guys. Shalene, do you have any last words?
I don't know, guys. Let's go now.
Just cut the show.
Go, just end the show.
Have a good night, guys.